Okay, so for the competent host, in order to take the recombinant DNA, the first thing is that your DNA is hydrophilic and it cannot cross the plasma membrane. So in order to make the bacterial cell competent for the entry of the recombinant DNA, we have to perform a number of functions. We have to do a number of things in order to allow the bacterial cells to enter in order to allow the recombinant DNA to enter inside the bacterial cell. The first and the most important thing that is being done is the treatment of bacterial cell with divalent cation calcium. And this treatment of the bacterial cell, that means the host, with the calcium ion increases the efficiency by creating the pores on the surface. Surface पे अगर हम treat करते हैं calcium ion से तो efficiency increase हो जाती है. क्यों efficiency increase हो जाती है? Because it creates the pores on the surface of the membrane. Cell wall के surface पे pores create होते हैं. So the treatment of the divalent cation, that is calcium ion, increases the efficiency by creating pores on the surface of cell wall. Cell wall के surface पे pores create हो जाते हैं, and because of that only it is easier for the recombinant DNA to enter the bacterial cell. So this is one of the method. ये एक method था हमारा. Now how it happens? सुनने में तो बहुत easy लग रहा है, but how it happens? You have to incubate the bacterial cells with the recombinant DNA. This is your plate. This is your nutrient medium plate for the growth of E. coli, for the growth of bacteria. Now, along with this bacteria, you also have to incubate the recombinant DNA. यहाँ पर recombinant DNA भी है और bacterial cells भी हैं, जिनको हम एक plate में grow कर रहे हैं. Okay? So, in order to distinguish, हमने दो तरह के dots ले लिए. This is your recombinant DNA, and these are your bacterial cells. Bacterial cells. We are incubated the recombinant DNA along with the bacterial cells. हम दोनों को incubate कर रहे हैं with calcium ion, क्योंकि calcium क्या कर रहा है? वो increase कर रहा है efficiency को. This is done by treating them with a specific concentration of a divalent cation, that is your calcium. Then what happened? अब इतना easy नहीं है कि हमने बस incubate कर दिया और recombinant DNA easily जो है वो enter कर जाएगा हमारे competent cell में. So what you have to do? You have to give the shock treatment. Shock treatment. What happened in shock treatment? First, you have to incubate these bacterial cells on the surface of the nutrient medium जो grow कर रहे हैं in ice. थोड़े टाइम के लिए ice में रखा, फिर थोड़े टाइम के लिए इसको थोड़ा temperature provide किया, heat provide किया, and again first ice, then heat, then again ice. तो इस तरह का जब भी हम shock treatment देते हैं, then it's the possibility for the recombinant DNA to enter onto the E. coli, that is the bacteria. So by incubating the cells with recombinant DNA on ice, followed by placing them briefly at heat shock, that is usually the 42 degrees centigrade, 42 degrees centigrade, first on ice, then on 42 degrees centigrade, and then again on ice. And this shock treatment for a regular interval of time leads to the formation of that is enables the bacteria to take up the recombinant DNA. And because of this shock treatment, what happens? Your recombinant DNA enters the host cell by shock treatment. This is one of the treatment. The another treatment that is mostly used in case of animal cell is your micro injection. Although it can be used for animals as well as plants, micro injection with the help of micro injections or the micro pipettes or the micro needles. ये micro injection हम कैसे provide करते हैं? With the help of micro pipettes or micro needles. What we do, if this is a cell, this is the nucleus, this is your cytoplasm, this is your nucleus, this is your cytoplasm. Now directly with the help of a needle, हम डायरेक्टली एक निडल से इंजेक्ट करने की कोशिश करेंगे ऑन टू द न्यूक्लियस. न्यूक्लियस में डायरेक्ट इंजेक्ट करेंगे हम व्हाट the recombinant DNA. So this technique with the help of the micro needles or the micro pipettes is known as your transferring is basically being carried out for animal cells but can be used for the plant cell as well. तो animal cells में directly nucleus में हम recombinant DNA introduce करते हैं in case of oocytes, in case of eggs, in case of embryo. तो इस स्टेज में क्या होता है, उनके न्यूक्लियस पे डायरेक्ट विद द हेल्प ऑफ द पिपेट यू हैव टू इंट्रोड्यूस द recombinant DNA. What type of cells are there which are undergoing the micro injection? So they are basically, this is important, these are basically eggs, your oocytes, as well as your embryo. These are the cells, and that's why I had told previously only that micro injection is basically used for the introduction of the recombinant DNA in case of animal cells. Animal cells में हम ज़्यादातर use करते हैं. Okay, so these are the two different things हमने पढ़ लिया. पहला पढ़ा हमने by the formation of the pores on the surface by treatment with the calcium ion. Along with the calcium ion, the other thing that you can use here is the enzyme that is your lysozyme. And this process of creating the pores onto the surface of the plasma membrane in order to make the host competent to take the recombinant DNA is known as electroporation. क्योंकि वो क्या कर रहा है, pores create कर रहा है. तो ये वाला जो टेक्निक है, although हमारे एनसीईआरटी में इस टेक्निक का क्या नाम है वो नहीं लिखा हुआ है, तो this technique which helps in the creation of the pores is known as electroporation. Electroporation. So the first one is your electroporation, that is the creation of the pores. The second one is your micro injection. The third one is your ballistic treatment or the gun. जैसे हम गन से डायरेक्ट फायरिंग करते हैं ना, just like that on the target cell we used to fire. Basically what happens, there is a place like this जहां पर हमारा टारगेट सेल होता है, that is the bacterial cell जो हमारा host है, and we have an arrangement. On this arrangement the desired DNA or the desired DNA fragment that you want to introduce into the target host cell, what you have to do, you have to bombard it. तो जो हमारा desired DNA fragments है, they are being incorporated with the microparticles of gold and tungsten. गोल्ड एंड टंगस्टन मेटल होता है जिसके साथ हम इनकॉर्पोरेट करते हैं, डस्ट करते हैं, दैट इज बेसिकली द गन पाउडर दैट इज बीन इनकॉर्पोरेटेड। तो जो आपका डिजायर डीएनए है, जैसे आप बुलेट में क्या करते हो, गोली डालते हैं, फिर हम उसको बम्बार्ड करते हैं, तो यहाँ पर हमारा डिजायर डीएनए है जो इनकॉर्पोरेटेड है विथ गोल्ड एंड टंगस्टन, जो बहुत छोटे छोटे पार्टिकल्स हैं, एंड दे आर बीइंग बम्बार्डेड डायरेक्टली ऑन टू द सरफेस ऑफ द टारगेट सेल like this. So this injection of the transfer, that is basically ballistic or gene gun method, is basically found in plant cell. अगर स्पेसिफिकली आपसे पूछा जाता है कि अगर एनिमल सेल्स की बात हो रही है तो आप क्या करोगे, तो यू विल गो फॉर माइक्रो इंजेक्शन. But if I will ask you that you have to introduce the target recombinant DNA into the host cell of a plant cell, which method you will prefer, then it's the ballistic or the gene gun transfer. Okay, let me rub the board and then we will proceed further. So the third method is with the help of ballistic transfer. Ballistic method, that is gene gun method. Ballistic का मतलब ही होता है it's a means of introducing DNA into the cell that involves bombardment of the cells with high voltage. तो बेसिकली जनरली वो ऐसे इंजेक्ट नहीं हो जाएगा टारगेट सेल में, यू हैव टू अप्लाई द हाई वोल्टेज. तो बेसिकली बॉलिस्टिक मेथड का मतलब ही होता है इंट्रोड्यूसिंग डीएनए इनटू सेल by bombarding of cells with high velocity microprojectiles. High velocity microprojectile, projectile कैसे बताऊं, एक ऐसे रॉड जैसा स्ट्रक्चर होता है ऊपर की तरफ, और अंदर यहाँ पर आप लगाओगे आपका टारगेट डीएनए और नीचे आपका होस्ट सेल होता है. तो यू हैव टू बम्बार्ड द माइक्रोप्रोजेक्टाइल्स coated with DNA with a very high voltage. So that is the third one, is your ballistic gene gun transfer method. That means introduction of DNA into the host cell by bombarding with high voltage micro projectiles. So basically the target DNA that is being coated, अभी माइक्रो प्रोजेक्टाइल्स करना है तो बॉलिस्टिक मेथड में क्या करते हैं, हम गोल्ड और टंगस्टन के पार्टिकल्स यूज करते हैं, एंड दैट पार्टिकल्स आर कोटेड विद द फॉरेन डीएनए, द एलियन डीएनए ऑफ योर चॉइस दैट यू वांट टू इंट्रोड्यूस. तो बेसिकली इन केस ऑफ बॉलिस्टिक मेथड, tungsten or gold particles coated with foreign DNA are bombarded into target cells at a very high voltage. So the second thing that you have to remember, that your foreign particles are coated with gold and tungsten and bombarded into the host cell by applying high voltage. So this is the another method, ballistic or the gene transfer method, जिसमें हम directly introduce करते हैं. If you want to see the diagram कि ये कैसा दिखता है, तो I can share the image with you all कि how these foreign particles are being injected into the target cell. Let me share an image with you in order to make. Just a minute. You can see here, this is your micro injection. You can see here that this is the micro injecting needle containing foreign DNA. This is the micro injection जिसके अंदर जो foreign DNA आपको inject करना है वो present है. Now this is the host cell, this is the cytoplasm, this is the nucleus. And in order to hold the pipette आपको एक pressure लगाना पड़ेगा, suction pressure लगाना पड़ेगा. And you introduce the foreign DNA with the help of the needle like this. This is micro injection that is basically being performed in the animal cells, in the eggs and the oocytes. Okay, and the embryo. This is your gene gun. You can see here there is a firing pin. जैसा firing point होता है वैसे यहाँ पे firing pin है. This is the gunpowder cartilage. यहाँ पर भी cartilage होता है, and this place there is a DNA. That is the DNA of your choice. Is coated pellet. Pellet मतलब small solid structure हम छोटे छोटे से बनाते हैं. That and the making of the pellet is a technique that is being taught in the biological labs. हमें बताया जाता है how to make the pellets. So basically the DNA is being coated with the pellets, and this is the micro projectile. यहीं से हम उसको project करेंगे. And you can see here this is the target cell. That means this is the bacterial cell. For example, the most common is your E. coli. यहाँ पर bacterial cells हैं, and this DNA coated pellets is being injected into the target cell. So this is your gene gun. Clear? तो ये तीन तरह की प्रोसेस हमने पढ़ ली. इलेक्ट्रोपोरेसिस, इलेक्ट्रोपोरेशन, एंड द सेकंड वन इज योर माइक्रो इंजेक्शन दैट इज बीइंग डन विद द हेल्प ऑफ द माइक्रो निडल्स और द माइक्रो पिपेट्स, एंड द थर्ड वन इज योर ballistic or the gene gun transfer. Along with this, certain chemicals are also used for the gene transfer. Chemicals. And the most common chemical that is used for the gene transfer is your PEG. What is PEG? कभी नाम सुना है कहीं पे? आया था? Polyethylene glycol. Polyethylene glycol. ये भी biological lab में electrophoresis वगैरह में बहुत ज़्यादा use होता है. Polyethylene glycol. Common chemical है किसी भी biological lab का. Polyethylene glycol. So with the help of the chemicals also you can introduce the foreign DNA into the host cell. That is the recombinant DNA. अभी recombinant DNA के लिए हमने competent host तो बना लिया, but competent host के अंदर अगर हमारा recombinant DNA चला भी जाता है तो we need only क्या चाहिए, हमें DNA चाहिए ना. तो किसी भी सेल में डीएनए के अलावा और भी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. उनका सेल वॉल है, वहां पर डीएनए इज आल्सो प्रेजेंट अलोंग विद द हिस्टोन प्रोटीन्स. तो देयर इज अ सेल वॉल आल्सो. अगर फंगस है तो काइटिन है, बैक्टीरिया है. तो ये सारे सेल वॉल को भी ब्रेक करना बहुत जरूरी होता है इन ऑर्डर टू प्रोसीड. तो द फर्स्ट एंड अब हम पढ़ेंगे द वेरियस प्रोसेसेस ऑफ द रिकॉम्बिनेंट डीएनए टेक्नोलॉजी. तो फर्स्ट प्रोसेस आता है आइसोलेशन ऑफ द प्योर फॉर्म ऑफ द डीएनए. जितनी भी चीजें, अगर मैंने किसी सेल के बारे में बात की तो उसका सेल मेम्ब्रेन है, सेल वॉल है, बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनल्स तो नहीं होंगे क्योंकि हम बैक्टीरियल सेल्स की बात कर रहे हैं, बट न्यूक्लियोइड होगा, प्लाज्मिड होगा, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. बट हमें क्या चाहिए, हमें सिर्फ डीएनए चाहिए और वो भी प्योर फॉर्म में चाहिए. And ये सारी चीजों को you have to remove. So now we will learn in detail about the process of recombinant DNA technology, where the first thing that we have to learn is the isolation of pure form of DNA. Let me rub it ताकि हमें space मिल जाए. So now we have to learn in detail about the various. अभी तक तो हमने नॉर्मल बातें की कि हमें डीएनए चाहिए, हमें रेस्ट्रिक्शन एंडोन्यूक्लियस चाहिए, हमें लाइगेज चाहिए, बट आइसोलेशन ऑफ डीएनए आपने जेल इलेक्ट्रोफोरेसिस से कर लिया, बट ये डीएनए आपको मिला कैसे प्योर फॉर्म में, दैट यू हैव टू लर्न. सो द फर्स्ट प्रोसेस इज द आइसोलेशन ऑफ जेनेटिक मटेरियल. Genetic material can be either DNA or RNA, but the most commonly found genetic material is your DNA. So DNA को हमें extract करना है pure form में from a bacterial cell. तो हम क्या करेंगे उसके लिए? Because you have to digest the DNA with the help of the restriction enzymes. So DNA is enclosed within the membrane. तो सबसे पहले क्या होगा? You have to break the membrane. As well as you have to remove all the macromolecules that are present along with the DNA in a cell. सब कुछ को remove करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि आपको सिर्फ pure form of DNA चाहिए. So we are talking about processes of RDT, recombinant DNA technology. Okay, that is in short known as RDT. So the first process is isolation of genetic material. So for the isolation of the genetic material, as your DNA is present inside a cell, the first thing is to remove the wall as well as all macro molecules. तो वॉल को रिमूव करने के लिए हमें क्या चाहिएगा? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द बैक्टीरिया, वी नीड lysozyme. If we are talking about the fungus, you need chitinins. So the first thing that you have to do is the removal of the cell membrane, क्योंकि आपका DNA जो है that is enclosed within the cell membrane. Okay, and what are the macromolecules that you want to remove? अगर हम plant cell की बात कर रहे हैं तो instead of the chitinase there is cellulase, और अगर ये plant cell है you need cellulase. What are the various macromolecules that are present in a cell? कौन कौन से मैक्रोमोलिक्यूल्स हो सकते हैं? प्रोटीन्स हो सकता है, एज वेल एज पॉलीसेकेराइड्स हो सकते हैं, आरएनए हो सकता है, लिपिड हो सकता है. So all the macromolecules, they are also being digested or removed with the help of the various enzymes. So the macromolecules ranging from another color chalk, ranging from your polysaccharides, proteins, lipids, RNA, they all have to be removed with the help of the various enzymes. So हमने सारे macromolecules को भी remove कर दिया. Just a minute. So now in order to purify it, क्योंकि सारे other molecules हमने remove कर दिए हैं. Now the purified DNA is precipitated out after the addition of chilled ethanol. अगर आप इस फ्लास्क में जहां आपने various enzymes के treatment कर दिए हैं, and now you have to get the purified form of the DNA, you have to add chilled ethanol. After adding the chilled ethanol, you will find a number of thread-like structure onto the surface जो precipitate होके आ जाएगा. Precipitate. And this is your supernatant. So after adding the chilled ethanol, the DNA molecules, they came up, they precipitate and comes onto the surface of the supernatant. Now, how you will remove this DNA? This DNA is being being removed with the help of a technique that means a ring like structure जो होता है spooling बोलते हैं उसको. It's not spooling. A ring like structure is being added and with the help of this ring, जैसे ये बैंगल है, रिंग के साथ हम वो सारे जो precipitated DNA है उसको निकाल लेते हैं. तो this is how we get the pure form of the genetic material which you require for the process of RDT. क्योंकि pure form चाहिए. तो pure form ultimately आपको कैसे मिला? By adding the chilled ethanol. But before that, you have to remove all the barriers ranging from the cell membrane, ranging from the various macromolecules. You have RNA, protein, polysaccharide. सबको आपको remove कर देना है. ठीक है? Your RNA can be removed with the help of ribonucleases. Your proteins can be removed with the help of the proteases. And after all these treatment, you have to put that sample in the chilled ethanol and you will see the precipitate comes onto to the surface and that consists of a number of thread-like particles and that is your DNA of your choice. That is the pure. ये precipitate क्या है? This is your pure DNA. Pure DNA लेने के लिए आपको histone proteins को भी remove करना पड़ेगा. Histone proteins is being removed by adding proteases. RNA can also be removed with the help of enzyme ribonucleases. So various enzyme treatment. It's clear now. Before that, I will share a screen with you all in order to understand this process in a normal way. Just a minute. This is the basic process. You can see here, this is the nucleus from where you will get the donor cell. This is the donor cell. जिसके nucleus से हमें क्या मिलने वाला है? Foreign DNA with a desired gene. So from here we get the foreign DNA with a desirable gene. And this is a bacterial cells. And in the bacterial cell, along with the nucleoid, that is a bacterial chromosome, there is a plasmid which is circular in nature. Now this plasmid, क्योंकि ये vector है, just like the wheels of your car or your scooter, they also have a circular wheel-like structure. This is the plasmid. That is also known as a vector. That is also known as the vehicle DNA. ये दोनों ही चीजें हमें मिल गई जो भी हमने पढ़ा. Now they both are being cutted with the help of a specific restriction endonucleases, creating sticky ends. So you can see here कि इधर भी हमने eco R1 से कट किया है और यहाँ plasmid DNA को भी हमने eco R1 से कट किया है. Now these two, that is the foreign DNA with sticky end as well as the plasmid DNA with sticky ends, they have to be joined. तो ये join होते हैं. This process is known as annealing or ligation. So they join like this, and this is your recombinant DNA. This is your recombinant DNA. Now this recombinant DNA का हमने क्या पढ़ा? It's being transformed into a host cell, that is the competent host cell, जो अभी आपको मैंने पढ़ाया. That means transformation of recombinant DNA using a cold calcium chloride solution, CaCl2 से treat किया है. और यहाँ पर जो हम आप लोगे bacterial cell, that must be free of plasmid, क्योंकि आप प्लाज्मिड में इंसर्ट किया हुआ ही अपना recombinant DNA इंसर्ट करने वाले हो. So plasmid free bacterial cells you have to choose, and in that we have to transform the recombinant DNA into the host bacterium. So this is your host bacterium. This is the bacterial chromosome and this is the recombinant DNA having DNA of your choice. Now you have to make a number of copies of these rDNA. So multiplication of introduced recombinant DNA, that you have to make a clones. तो इसके बहुत सारे replication होके clones बनाया है इसने. So multiplication of host cell, क्योंकि अगर हम किसी जीन की बात कर रहे हैं, desired DNA की बात कर रहे हैं, that means they must have some specific genes which must code for a specific protein. So you have to get that protein in a larger amount, in a larger scale. That means you have to perform these experiments in a fermenter, in a bioreactor containing the medium. So clones of engineered bacterium in a fermenter containing medium. Fermenter, bada fermenter that have 100 to 1000 liters of the medium, उसमें हम ये host cells carrying the recombinant DNA will be added. तो वो बहुत सारे recombinant proteins बनाएंगे. That recombinant protein now have to be extracted. Downstreaming, the last step is your downstreaming, and downstreaming consists of two functions. दो चीजें होती है इसमें. एक होता है purification, कि आप उसको प्यूरिफाई भी कर रहे हो, और बिफोर मार्केटिंग व्हाट आर द वेरियस स्टेप्स दैट यू हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ. तो हम डाउन स्ट्रीमिंग में पहले सेपरेशन करते हैं, प्यूरिफिकेशन करते हैं, क्वालिटी कंट्रोल चेकिंग करते हैं, क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स करते हैं, जो आप इतने सारे डिफरेंट नेम सुनते हो, दैट ऑल कम्स अंडर द डाउन streaming. So this is the various process or the steps that are involved in recombinant DNA technology for the production of DNA or gene of your choice. Specific protein बनाने के लिए, अगर हमें एंटीबायोटिक की बहुत लार्ज स्केल पे बनाना, हमें छोटे स्केल्स पे बनाना तो है नहीं कि हम लैब में वर्क कर ले. So we have to ultimately perform this work in a large bioreactors or fermenters. But before that, we have to learn in detail about the amplification technique, that is amplification of gene of your interest. Amplification on है ना? Yes. Amplification of gene of your interest. It basically consists of three major steps. It basically consists of three major steps. The first one is your denaturation. That means the separation of the target DNA at a high temperature. दो डबल स्ट्रैंडेड को सिंगल स्ट्रैंडेड में ब्रेक करना है with the treatment of the heat. Denaturation, that means the disintegration or the denatured at a high temperature. So the separation of the DNA segment, तो separate segments बन जाते हैं. And the second important process is your annealing. So the first process is your denaturation. So first learn about the process of denaturation. Let me check another color chalk. Yes. So this is your double stranded DNA. ये हमारा double stranded DNA है 5 dash 3 dash 3 dash 5 dash. ठीक है? This double-stranded DNA is, that is your template DNA, is being denatured at a high temperature of 94 to 96 degrees centigrade. Denatured at a high temperature heat 94 to 96 degrees centigrade. This is your double-stranded DNA. And when you heat these double-stranded DNA at a high temperature, providing the heat of 94 to 96 degrees centigrade, the two strands will separate. The two strands will separate. दोनों strands अलग-अलग हो जाएंगे. This is your 5 dash, 3 dash. This is your 3 dash, 5 dash. Now, this process is known as annealing. In order to start the replication, इसको फिर से complete करने के लिए, क्योंकि ये हमारा denatured हो चुका है और अभी हमें amplify करना है, तो amplify करने के लिए हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? You have to add the primers. So what are primers? Primers are small oligonucleotides. हमने प्राइमर ऐड कर दिया. इधर भी ऐड किया, इधर भी ऐड किया, हमने दोनों तरफ से प्राइमर्स ऐड किए, स्मॉल प्राइमर्स। द प्राइमर्स कैन बी सिंथेसाइज्ड इन द लैब, हम लैब में प्राइमर्स बना सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ द न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स। तो द प्राइमर्स आर बीइंग अटैच्ड टू द बोथ द साइड्स, दोनों ही साइड्स हमने प्राइमर्स अटैच कर दिए, दैट इज योर अनिलिंग। तो ये 5' 3' है, तो ये 3' 5' होगा, ये 3' 5' है, तो ये 5' 3' होगा। देन these primers will start proceeding, ये वाला जो है वो इस साइड प्रोसीड करेगा और ये वाला जो है वो इस साइड प्रोसीड करेगा। The two primers will start proceeding in an opposite direction. So proceed करने के लिए इसको क्या चाहिए होगा? We need the DNA polymerase enzyme. तो जो हमारा थर्ड स्टेप होता है वो होता है addition of the DNA polymerase enzyme as well as nucleotides. You have to add the nucleotides. So DNA polymers as well as deoxynucleotides. DNA polymerase and deoxynucleotides as well as magnesium ion is also required. The DNA polymerase that is used in a PCR reaction is Taq polymerase, which can withstand the high temperature. It is being originated or being extracted from the thermophilic bacteria, and that is your Taq polymerase. Taq polymerase हम use करते हैं यहाँ पर, which can withstand the high temperature. बहुत ज्यादा high temperature को withstand कर सकती है, that is your Taq polymerase. और ये हम originate कहाँ से होते हैं, हम इसको isolate कहाँ से करते हैं? From Thermus aquaticus. This is the thermophilus bacteria, Thermus aquaticus. So DNA polymerase is your Taq polymerase. ये याद रखना, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। Taq polymerase. It can withstand high temperature greater than 90 degrees centigrade. High temperature greater than 90 degrees centigrade. And from where this Taq polymerase is being extracted or isolated? From a thermophilus bacteria, thermophilic bacteria, that is your Thermus aquaticus. So in the third step, so as I told that कि हमारा ये जो process है ये 3 steps में होता है. So the addition of the DNA polymerase and the deoxynucleotides as well as magnesium ion leads to a third process, and that is your extension. Now with this DNA polymerase, the two separated DNA segments will get extended. ये वाला जो हमारा ऊपर का है, that is your 5' 3'. ये आपने 3' 5' डाला था, ये इधर की तरफ आएगा, ठीक है? ये यहाँ तक ही आना चाहिए जहां तक नीचे वाला है, और ये 3' 5'. तो ये इधर से, so this is how the extension of the small segment of DNA takes place. अभी फिर से ये 5' 3' था, इसने 3' 5' बना लिया और 5' 3' भी बना लिया. So this is your 3' 5' and this is your 5' 3'. This is one cycle. This is one cycle. You have to repeat this cycle 30 times. मतलब यहाँ आने के बाद फिर ये टेम्पलेट की तरह वर्क करेगा, and you have to start from here. From this, you have to start again from here and you have to run the cycles 30 times. Runs the cycle 30 times in order to amplify it. तो nearly billion times amplified हो जाता है, billions time amplified हो जाता है. अभी जैसे ये कोविड का टाइम था तो कोरोना वायरस की टेस्टिंग के लिए भी पीसीआर, आरटी-पीसीआर जो है वो यूज किया जा रहा था. दैट मींस दे रन द साइकिल कि कितने साइकिल रन करने के बाद हमें वो बैक्टीरिया मिला है, सॉरी वायरस जो है वो मिला है. So it's like that. So if you repeat this cycle 30 times, you can amplify the segment of the DNA or the segment of the gene of your interest बिलियंस टाइम. तो इससे हम एक छोटे से फ्रेगमेंट ऑफ डीएनए को बहुत बड़ा फ्रेगमेंट में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं क्योंकि दैट इज इंटरेस्टेड. हमारा हमको उससे प्रोटीन एक्सट्रैक्ट करना है. दैट मीन्स अ स्पेसिफिक प्रोटीन, रिकॉम्बिनेंट प्रोटीन ऑफ आवर चॉइस. तो दिस इज योर एम्प्लीफिकेशन ऑफ जीन ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. तो अभी ये जो एम्प्लीफाइड फ्रेगमेंट है, जो एम्प्लीफाइड फ्रेगमेंट है, डिजायर्ड कैन नाउ बी यूज्ड टू ligate with her vector for further cloning. अब हम क्या करेंगे, ये हमारा amplification हो गया. Now insertion of recombinant DNA into the host cell. अभी जो recombinant DNA है उसको host cell में हमें क्या करना है, incorporate करना है, transform करना है. Now here also we need a selectable marker. Here also we need a selectable marker. तो basically जो antibiotic होते हैं वो हम use करते हैं as a selectable marker. So if the recombinant DNA, they carry the gene for antibiotic resistant reason. They carry the gene for antibiotic resistant. And if they are being transferred into a E. coli cell, into a bacterial cell, तो वो जो हमारा host cell है, they will also become resistant to the antibiotic. For example, अगर वो ampicillin है, तो जब भी हम उस recombinant DNA को जो resistant ampicillin antibiotic resistant region carry करता है, it's being transferred into a host cell, तो वो host cell भी ampicillin resistant हो जाता है. Now if you grow the recombinant DNA, अगर हम उन cells को grow करते हो on a culture media containing the ampicillin antibiotic, तो what will happen? Only the recombinant will grow, क्योंकि recombinant क्या है, वो resistant है, वो उसके presence में भी grow हो सकता है, और जो non recombinant है वो grow नहीं होंगे. So here also when the recombinant DNA is being transferred into the host cell or organisms, we need a selectable marker, and the most common selectable marker that is being used is your antibiotic resistant region or site. Clear to everyone? In the present बहुत resistant नहीं पड़ता है. तो दस लाइक दैट अगर हमारे रिकॉम्बिनेंट डीएनए में एक ऐसा रीजन प्रेजेंट है दैट इज रेसिस्टेंट टू एंटीबायोटिक एम्पिसिलिन, एम्पिसिलिन से रेसिस्टेंट है, तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि अगर कल्चर मीडिया में एम्पिसिलिन प्रेजेंट है तो भी वो ग्रो करेगा, तो भी रिकॉम्बिनेंट सेल्स ग्रो करेंगे, बट नॉन रिकॉम्बिनेंट है जो वो नहीं ग्रो करेगा. So this is how you can distinguish between the recombinant and the non-recombinant on the basis of the selectable marker, and that is your antibiotic resistant regions or sites. Clear? सबको समझ आया? So now after the insertion of recombinant DNA into the host cell, the next one is obtaining the foreign gene product. अभी हमें product चाहिए. क्यों हम डिजायर्ड जीन, डिजायर्ड डीएनए कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि अल्टीमेट गोल है कि वो जीन और वो डिजायर्ड डीएनए, वो फॉरेन डीएनए, वो एलियन डीएनए, दे मस्ट कोड अ स्पेसिफिक प्रोटीन ऑफ आवर चॉइस. नाउ द नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज टू गेट अ नंबर ऑफ रिकॉम्बिनेंट प्रोटीन्स. So how we will get that? Obtain the foreign product. So basically you have to conduct the experiments in a large reactors, that is your bioreactors or biofermenters. So basically what happened, this experiment we can perform in two ways, that is the batch culture method or the continuous culture method. Batch culture method, in a small batch you add the nutrient media, you add the होस्ट डीएनए जिसके अंदर हमारा रिकॉम्बिनेंट डीएनए है, वो उसके बहुत सारे रिकॉम्बिनेंट प्रोटीन्स बनाएगा. नाउ यू हैव टू एक्सट्रैक्ट द proteins and you have to remove the microorganisms. The other one is your continuous batch culture. Continuous matlab ki process is going on, and at a regular interval of time you have to remove the nutrient from one end and you have to add the fresh nutrient from the other end, and the process is in continuous, and at regular interval of time you have to remove the products as well. You have to separate the microorganism. For this we use the large reactors, और जो most common bioreactor हम use करते हैं that is your स्टेराइल्ड वर्म, मतलब स्टेराइल तो होना ही चाहिए और उसमें स्टरिंग होना चाहिए. दैट मीन्स कंप्लीट एरेशन होना चाहिए न्यूट्रिएंट का एज वेल एज ऑक्सीजन का. तो लेट मी शो यू अ डायग्राम, जस्ट अ मिनट. Let me show you a diagram. You can see here, this is the diagram that is given in your NCERT as well. Simple stir tank bioreactor. The first one is your simple tank. ये simple tank है जिसमें stirrer लगा हुआ है. Stirrer, simple stir tank bioreactor. You can see there is a stirrer. स्टायरर क्या कर रहा है, वो रोटेट करता है और वो न्यूट्रिएंट एज वेल एज ऑक्सीजन को रोटेट करते रहता है, एरेशन करते रहता है. एज वेल एज दीज बायोरिएक्टर्स they must be conducted at a optimum temperature, pH, हर चीज हमें मेंटेन करना होता है. You have to check for the optimum growth condition. That means temperature, pH, salt, as well as the various vitamins, oxygen, इन सब का चेक होना चाहिए. There is a motor pH control के लिए है, stem for sterilization है, because you have to sterilize the bioreactors at regular interval of time as well. Culture broth मतलब the liquid culture that you will add, sterile air that will add, and this is the stirrer which will mix the nutrient medium as well as the oxygen. The second one is your sparged stir tank bioreactor through which sterile air bubbles are spurged. Regular interval पे ये जो air bubbles हैं वो इसके अंदर डाले जा रहे हैं just to increase the area. You can see here it can increase the area, increase surface area for oxygen transfer. So this is the normal bioreactors that are being used in our labs, in our industries, or to perform the experiment on a larger scale. क्योंकि ये जो bioreactors हैं, in that the culture medium, the broth culture that can be added ranging from 100 liters से 1000 liters तक हम add कर सकते हैं, और at a time हम बहुत ज़्यादा production कर सकते हैं. तो you will get the recombinant DNA of your choice in a larger amount, क्योंकि main aim हमारा है large scale production. Now the production is being going on, but the last step is your downstreaming. अगर downstreaming word आता है तो it consists of two things. Downstreaming means separation, how to separate the product, and its purification. For example, purification by the addition of the preservatives. In a number of things, you have to add the preservatives. In other words, if it's a living organisms that you have, for example, if you have to go for the vaccines or the antibiotics, then you have, for the quality control check, you have to perform the clinical trials. So all these things ranging from separation and purification comes under downstreaming technique, which also consists of a number of quality control checks in order to see whether the product that is being formed is appropriate to be launched in the market or not. So basically marketing, commercialization से पहले बहुत सारे testings होते हैं, quality control testing as well as clinical trials as well as addition of the preservatives. ये सारी चीजें करने के बाद ही हम इसको commercialize कर सकते हैं, because we are talking about the recombinant DNA technique, जिसमें हमें अपने इंटरेस्ट के जीन को एक्सप्रेस करके उसके प्रोडक्ट को एक्सट्रैक्ट करना है एंड कैन बी यूज्ड इन अ कॉमर्शियलाइज्ड वे. ओके, क्लियर? सबको समझ में आया कि क्या डिफरेंट स्टेप्स हुए हैं? क्योंकि लार्ज स्केल चाहिए तो आफ्टर इंट्रोड्यूसिंग इनटू द होस्ट सेल्स आपको उसको इंट्रोड्यूस करना पड़ेगा इन अ लार्ज मीडियम, लार्ज कल्चर मीडियम, जहां पर मीडियम बहुत सारे, आपने बहुत सारे इकोलाई ऐड कर दिया, बट उसके लिए आपको एम्प्लीफिकेशन भी करना था द जीन ऑफ योर इंटरेस्ट, एंड फॉर दैट योर पीसीआर टेक्निक, दिस इज योर पीसीआर टेक्निक, polymerase chain reaction, polymerase chain reaction. And the DNA polymerase that is used for the polymerase chain reaction is the Taq polymerase, which can withstand a very high temperature. इससे question आते हैं, and it's being isolated from a thermophilic bacteria because you know that the bacteria are pleomorphic, बहुत सारे shapes में है, and they are present everywhere, हर जगह present है, ranging from the hot summer springs to the insides the ice के नीचे भी हो सकते हैं, everywhere, deserts में भी होते हैं, for hundred of years they can be there. So these thermophilic bacteria is Thermus aquaticus, जहां से हमने ये Taq polymerase isolate किया है, which can help in the process of extension, and this process can be repeated 30 times in order to get 1 billion. इतना बड़ा सा DNA segments आप इतने छोटे से बना सकते हो. So this is all about biotechnology principle and process, which basically consists of the recombinant DNA technology, कि किस तरह से आपने recombinant DNA बनाया, recombinant proteins बनाए, उस protein को कैसे isolate किया, what are the various methods जो हम use करते हैं, और finally हम उसको introduce करते हैं in the market for commercialization. And allow and you extract the recombinant protein from there. That is your batch culture. But when we undergo the continuous fermentation technique, then there is an outlet from which at a regular interval of time you remove a small amount of the nutrient, and from the other side you will add a fresh nutrient medium, and the process is being continuous. Continue होते रहते हैं, products बनते रहते हैं, हम products को extract करते रहते हैं. This is on a larger scale. So in order to perform these all experiments, there are many things that you have to consider. Itna easy nahi hai. You have to sterile the bioreactors at regular interval of time, as well as you have to maintain the optimum condition for the growth. Optimum condition से मेरा मतलब ये है कि जब हम continuous growth culture कर रहे हैं, हम regular interval पे उस पे nutrient medium add कर रहे हैं, that means the growth of the bacteria should be in the log phase, that is exponential phase. क्योंकि अगर exponential phase में नहीं होगा तो आपको बहुत ज़्यादा product कैसे मिलेगा? So the role of this continuous batch culture is to optimize the condition, pressure, temperature, salt, vitamins in such a way so the bacteria must be there in an exponential stage so as to recover a large quantity of the recombinant proteins. ये question भी आता है. आपके NCERT में भी एक line लिखा हुआ है, कहीं तो लिखा है, if you will read the 203 page number 203 का सबसे last paragraph पढ़ोगे तो वहां आपको मिलेगा, the cells can also be multiplied in a continuous culture system wherein the used medium is drained out from one side while fresh medium is added from the other side to maintain the cell in their physiological most active, that is the log or the exponential phase, so as to get a larger biomass in order to extract a large number of recombinant proteins of your choice, higher yield. Clear?